Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Keeping It with BB. I have been gone for a minute and we'll get into all of that. So let's go ahead and get started with some new makeup that I haven't really been able to use. Some of it is like not super new anymore, but I have some new launches here. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So I've already prepped my skin with the Saie Super Glowy Gel in Star Glow. I think that's the shade. But we're gonna go ahead and get into base. The first thing I'm gonna go in with is the new Merit Beauty, I don't even know what this is called, Perfecting Complexion Stick. And I have mine in the color Sienna. So I think there are 20 shades in this, and Merit Beauty is a new brand if you haven't heard of it. It's a new clean beauty brand that was started by the same woman who founded Versed Skincare. So it's supposed to be like a luxury clean beauty brand, and it does have a luxury price tag on it that is Sienna. They say this is supposed to be a lightweight hydrating formula, wears throughout the day without settling into fine lines, buildable light to medium coverage that stays breathable all day, and sea daffodil extract helps diminish the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots. Well, that's good for me. I've used this, I think, twice, and the first time that I used it on my face, I thought that it looked really good. Actually, I liked the way that it looked more than I thought it would. I don't know, I felt like this was gonna be kind of thick because it is a cream, but it's really lightweight. Actually, blending that in with my It Cosmetics brush. So y'all are probably wondering where have I been. And I have on the Summer Fridays lip balm on my lips. I don't even know what it's called, but it's been saving my lips because I got sick, you guys. I am recovering from COVID. I think today is day 12 since I tested positive. And that COVID, you guys, it's a different type of beast. It is definitely a feeling I never want to feel again, and a feeling that I have never felt before. Doesn't feel like the flu. To me, at least, it didn't feel like the flu at all. I know that it affects everyone's body differently, but for me, I had a pretty bad experience with it. The fatigue, body aches, loss of taste and smell. I still don't have my taste and smell back. I think it's trying to come back today. When I did lose it, it was gradual throughout the day, and I can kind of tell that I was tasting a little bit of something this morning, so I think that's finally on its way back to me today. But you guys, just please be safe when you're out there. You do not want COVID. You don't want to get COVID, because at the end of the day, it's your body that's fighting this virus. And I'm a strong believer in prayer. And when I tell you I was praying a lot harder than I usually do, by the grace of God, I was able to recover and heal from this virus at home. But yeah, that's where I've been, you guys. I just didn't have the energy to do anything. There were a few days where I could barely move out of bed. It's pretty intense, so you guys just be safe out there. That is what this base is looking like. I think it looks super natural on the skin. It doesn't really look like I have anything on. You can still see some pigmentation in there. You can still see these on my forehead. I probably need to color correct this because I was picking at my face, which is not good, and I shouldn't have been doing. I'm gonna use some concealer to try to conceal that a little bit more. But I think it looks like skin. I have some contact dermatitis right here because I was allergic to something that I put on my face. I'm pretty sure I know what it was that I used that did that, because that's the second time that it happened now. So now I can rule out using that brand on my face. So let's go ahead and get into some concealer. I don't think I've ever used these concealers on my channel. They're not new, but I just don't really use them because I've been trying to use up some other ones. But this is the Clove and Hallow concealer. It's very matte, and it's also very highly pigmented. So I'm going in with the shade 8 right here just to help with some darkness that I have, and around my mouth as well, a little bit here. And that Merit Beauty stick is actually, they say it's a concealer and a foundation, and it's pretty expensive. It's only 3.7 grams, which is 0.13 ounces. And I thought that it was pretty expensive for the amount of product that you get. I'm just gonna put the whole thing up for you guys. Like, this is it, and it actually broke. So it's a really fragile product, so just be careful with it. You see how small that is? I think it's a nice product. I like the way that it looks on my skin, but I do think that it's expensive for the amount of product that you get when it compares to other foundations. When you're comparing it to a concealer, it's very, very expensive for the amount that you get. This is $38, you guys. So I don't really think that it's bang for your buck. I do like it. I think it's nice if you do want to try it out, but just know that it does have a higher price tag on it, and there's not that much product in here. Putting this concealer on reminded me why I don't really wear it, because there is something in this concealer that irritates my skin under my eyes, or around my eyes in general. I don't feel any irritation down here near my mouth, but the skin around my eyes is very, very sensitive, and I also have pretty bad allergies, so I just have to be really careful about the products that I put around my eyes, makeup, skincare, all that. But it looks so good. I really, really do like the way that this concealer looks, and it's kind of blurring, as you can see, but there's something in it that just irritates my skin. I don't know what it is, but that's what keeps me from using it. So I'm gonna use 6 right here, the same concealer but in the shade 6, and I'm just gonna use a little bit just right here where you can see kind of that crease of my hollow, just to brighten up the eye some, and then a little bit out here. I've been trying to learn some different techniques for placing concealer under the eyes because I do have sensitive skin, so around my eyes, so I want to use less concealer. I also have fine lines under my eyes, so I don't want to put a lot of concealer under my eyes anymore because it's starting to settle there. And I am also prone to clogged pores right here around all this on my nose, all these little pores right here. They're prone to clogging, so the less product I can put there, the less I am going to end up with clogged pores. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out this concealer on my mouth. I didn't really do anything for the past 2 weeks but heal my body and recover. I was going heavy on the vitamin C tablets, drinking Emergency every day, and just drinking water all day, every day. I was just reading where they tell you doctors recommend that you stay as hydrated as you possibly can while you have COVID, and of course stay away from people. So I've been home quarantining. I haven't been anywhere. It's been pretty boring, but hey, you gotta keep everybody else safe because I don't want anybody else to get this virus. Of course it's gonna happen, but it's terrible, you guys. It's honestly so much worse than I thought it was. I've always worn my mask when I go out. I wash my hands all the time. I always have hand sanitizer on me. When I come home, I wash my hands, all that, the whole thing. But I probably wasn't doing my due diligence when it comes to other things. Like, there were times where I didn't have to eat in at a restaurant. And going forward, I really don't think that I will be doing that so much, or just doing it, period. I don't know. And if I'm going to be around people, I'm going to prefer it to be outdoors. I am scared now of this. I don't want to get it again. I do not ever want to feel like that again. And it's going to be a while until I can get a vaccine and be a little bit safer from it. But yeah, I really wasn't even going to say much about it, but I just want you guys to know that we all know it's real, but it's out there and anybody can get it. So just stay as safe as you possibly can. So let's go ahead and get into some bronzer. I have two new bronzers. Well, one is new, like a new launch, and one is not a new launch. So I have this palette from Mob Beauty. They sent me all of these in here, and Mob Beauty is a brand new clean beauty brand, and they are a sustainable brand. So all their products come in post-consumer recycle boxes, and this right here is a refillable palette. If I could open it to show you how I don't want to make a mess, but basically this top part right here opens, and you can customize your own palette, so you're not just buying a bunch of different palettes and you're probably only using one color in the palette. And that's what I really like about Mob. You can customize your own palette to whatever you want it to be. Everything is refillable, and yeah, I mean, I like the concept of it. So I haven't really dipped into this much today. I'm gonna go in with the bronzer, and I have mine in the shade M54. It's pretty deep, as you can see. So I'm gonna use a very fluffy brush to place this, because a fluffy brush is not gonna pick up so much product and, you know, pack it onto my face. So I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush. This is a It Cosmetics brush from Ulta, and I'm just gonna tap in there, and then I'm just gonna place it there, and you can already see it. I think I'll use a little bit more. I'm pretty pale right now, so I don't want to put on too much bronzer and make it look so harsh. Let me just... My skin is kind of dry right now too, y'all. I cannot find a moisturizer that doesn't clog my pores. I cannot find one. So if anybody can recommend a moisturizer for acne prone skin that doesn't clog pores, please leave some suggestions down below, because I have tried so many. So let's go ahead and put some blush on. Oh, we're gonna use the Mob Beauty blush, right? Well, we have the Mob Beauty blush, and then I also have this Salt New York palette that I haven't really used too much on my YouTube channel yet. I love this little palette, you guys. When we can travel again, this is gonna be perfect, because I have my contour in there, highlight, and two blushes. So I kind of do want to go in with a cream highlight today, just because my skin is feeling a little dry. I was gonna use the Mob Beauty one, but we're just gonna go into the Salt New York one. And what color do I want to go in with today? I have this color right here. I think it's called Raspberry. I'm gonna swatch it for y'all right here. There's Raspberry right there. I think it's a little too bright for today, and just how the weather is looking and how I'm feeling. I don't want to go too bright. I think I want to go with Spice, which is my favorite in the palette. And this is Spice. You guys, this blush is fire. It's so pretty. Okay, there we go. So now I'm gonna go on with my Sephora Pro small brush, number 74, and just buff that color onto the cheek. And I really like these so much because they're kind of just like a little wash of color. They're not too pigmented, and they kind of give you that stained look to your cheeks. Y'all see that contact dermatitis right there? I think my skin is sensitive to certain essential oils, because the product that did this to my face is a completely all natural skincare product. And that's not the first time that I've used a completely all natural skincare product, like, you know, without clinical or lab created preservatives. My skin just sometimes doesn't like that fully, completely natural skincare. And that's okay. Just like they say, just because it's natural doesn't mean that it's good for you or good for your skin. I'm not going to use the highlight in there. I'm going to use the highlight that Merit Beauty sent me, which is the Day Glow Highlighting Balm. And I'm not a big person on highlight. I don't know, like, when I see highlighting products, I don't just gravitate towards them, and I don't really buy them that much either. I wouldn't have bought this if they didn't send it to me, but this is what I chose, and by the time I picked my products, they were already sold out of a lot of stuff, so I didn't get to get their blush. This is the highlight in the color Bounce. It's a very sheeny type of highlight. Doesn't really have sparkles or anything in it, and it's very like smooth, and it's emollient, but it's not thick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna draw this on my face because I don't want to feel like that bronzer went on kind of patchy on my skin. Maybe that bronzer doesn't like this base, this Merit Beauty, because you can see it's kind of patchy. These right here are dark spots, so ignore those right there. But it did go on kind of patchy. So that's what I'm seeing here. Like it, right here, it looks like I don't even have anything on my face. So let me try to go into this bronzer and put a little bit right there. I'm gonna go in with a more precise brush. This is my Lily Lolo little contour and bronzing brush. Yeah, it's kind of going on a little patchy on me for some reason, or if maybe I'm tripping. I can't tell. I don't have contacts in. Y'all know my eyes are not the best. So, anyways, let's go on with this highlight. I'm just gonna rub my finger on it, and I would say it's like a rose gold highlight color. And I'm just gonna put that on there. Like I said, I'm not big on highlighting products. Like I'm not like one of those people that just has to have every new cream highlight that comes out, but this one is a nice one. It just looks kind of like your skin is wet. It doesn't really have much color or anything to it. There's nothing really like outstanding about it. It's just another highlighting cream highlighting product. How much is this? It's $30, y'all. Merit. Now Merit. Why is this $30? Formulated with esthetician Biba de Sousa, whose no list includes 72 potentially acne triggering ingredients that we eliminate. We'll see if it's good for acne prone skin, but I don't see why a product like this has to be $30. Highlighting products should not be that expensive to me. They just shouldn't. It says that there's plant-based squalane to lock in hydration, condition skin, and support elasticity. I guess you could use this all over your face, kind of how you would use a primer if you want like a nice dewy what is it called, base before you do your makeup. I might try it like that next time and not just solely as a highlight. This is it right here if you can see it on the, and I'm gonna go in with this is my Persona Cosmetics eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna go in with this color right here. This one is called M33, and I'm just gonna place that all over the lid. It's actually a really pretty petal pink eyeshadow. I don't think I've ever worn an eyeshadow this color ever in my life. So there we go. I think it's pretty pretty actually. Was not expecting that. I think it blends easily. It's just a powder. It's just a powder eyeshadow, you guys. Doesn't have much kickback, which is good. This color is actually really, really pretty, and I did not expect it to pick up as much as it is on my skin tone, so I will say that. This is the Twinkle paint from Pacifica. They sent me this as well. This is in the color Baby Stars. It's like a champagne-y gold color. Sometimes I don't like gold. Really, I don't really like gold on my eyes. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I just feel like gold on my eyes just kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, but this is more of like a champagne-y gold. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting it on the back of my hand right here, and I'm gonna dab in it, and then I'm just gonna dab that on my eyeball, not going above the eyeball, just right on the lid there. There's it on the other eyelid, and I think that's just enough. I wouldn't want to go directly in with this brush, but these remind me of the 10-second eyeshadows from Kosas. I didn't really like those. I think they're kind of messy, and this, I kind of feel the same way about this. They're not easy to work with. They dry really quickly. I think the only good thing about them is that they do dry quickly, so they don't really budge once they're on your eye. Like, they're there. They're not going to move for the rest of the day. See? But they're not the easiest eyeshadow type of products to work with. I prefer to work with creams instead of liquid eyeshadows. My favorite mascara at the moment is the Bite Beauty mascara, you guys. I love this. This is the Upswing. Gives you a lot of volume really quickly. Look at that. That was only 3 strokes. It's really black. And the best thing about it, you can't even feel it on your eyelashes. The only downfall I feel with this mascara is because it is a tubing mascara, it can kind of just come off your lashes really easily. If your eyes water throughout the day, it will come off. Like if they're overly watery, and if you cry, it's gonna come off. Because these tubing mascaras are removed by water. So that's just something to note. But because they are easily removable by water, they don't really stick on your face as much as like a waterproof mascara that needs an oil balm or a eye makeup remover to get it off. It can be a little messy though, so just be careful, because I kind of just got a little bit on my eye over there because it's a wetter formula, so just be careful with it. If you don't like wet formulas, then you won't like this mascara. It will probably dry out some like most do. And I'm hoping it does dry just a little bit because it does get a little messy sometimes. Okay, this is the Ilia, what are these called? Lip and cheek tints. I'm going to use this one in the color A Fine Romance just to give my lips a little bit more color. The look turned out to be kind of pinky. That's okay. Kind of goes with the headband that I have on. Put the hair out some. And that is the finished look using some new products, some new to me products. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about this video, what products you're interested in that I used today, and what you want to see next. I have a ton of Persona Cosmetics products. If you guys want to see a full video on that, I can do that. Put everything on that I have, swatch everything, because I have all 4 of their lip liners here. They sent me all of these. Persona Cosmetics is honestly, they're so sweet. They're so nice. And I've been a big fan of Sona Gasparian for years. She is a fellow YouTuber that started a makeup brand. I have their new blush color in the color Terracotta. I also have their 2 newer lip glosses. So I can do a whole Persona video if you guys want to see that. I also got a package from Fit Glow Beauty, so I can do a video on all those products as well. So I hope you all have a great week. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and staying healthy. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. This is Keeping Up with BB.